Well, Teddy Pendergrass was somewhere between Marvin Gaye and Luther Vandross. Had this strong voice, had this machismo, had this appeal before the accident, after the accident. Now, Joy, which was a song which was produced by the Calloway Brothers, which was his hit after the accident, he was channeling still in the Luther territory, body language. He still had hits, you know. But what he would have been more in the Marvin field, would he been more towards the Luther? And as a vocalist, or was he only as good as working with Gamble and Huff? It's an interesting question I have. Where is Teddy Pendergrass's legacy exactly? And he was a strong balladeer drummer with Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Hit those notes, was strong. Was he channeling Otis Redding though? Late 60s. He's gonna be a strong crooner, strong Solomon Burke type, strong muscle soul. I.e. with Marvin Gaye, i.e. with that strong soul. Was it gonna be in the Barry White Isaac Hayes strong too? Or was he gonna be like in the Peeble Bryson and certain type of vocalists which led to Luther and Freddie Jackson? What was it exactly? And where do you put Teddy Pendergrass, the before, the start, the after? Where does it hit for you? He's one of those artists that it's an interesting mix. It's an interesting question. It's interesting totality of where do you exactly put him. You have to kind of like compartmentalize it all. And where does it rank? Where does it file? What does it say? What does it do? It's kind of like, where do you put him at? For people who grew up on the sounds of Philadelphia and grew up with his strong vocal range and his tone, and it was the For Ladies Only tours and all that, it's romanticized a certain way. But in the general sector, where does he at? This was a different era of R&B. It's a different era of R&B, because he was the first R&B artist to have 5 consecutive platinum #1 albums, I believe, on R&B charts, and he was a dominant fixture. He had his own lane. The beard, the vibe, the whole night. That was a different era of music making, because you could have so many different artistries and get into so many artists and the this, that, and the other, and you just had your lane and people were feeling you, well, they weren't. And so, and I know about Tyrese, rumored to be doing the movie and all that. And he's like one of those guys that's kind of been like forgotten, even though the impact is there. When Somebody Loves You Back, one of my favorite stepping songs, it's like he loaned himself to different things. But some people only saw him as good as what Gamble and Huff had to offer. Some saw him as a leading, strong soul man, lover man. It's interesting. What is he rank and file low? And is he in between Marvin and Luther? And where does history paint him? I've touched upon him before, but I did in a different capacity. But, he's like a forgotten soul. And it's almost like it represents a different era. This is really when you never had to cross over, and you just do your thing. So they tried subtle attempts, and his song did get smoothed out. But his best stuff was in the late 70s, early 80s, though. Love TKO, Close the Door. Strong shouts. He was like muscle R&B. So anyway, what your thoughts are with this Teddy Pendergrass? It's very polarizing, and it's a very distinctive positioning that he has. R&B lover man, balladeer, and what could have been. There's so much layers to Teddy Pendergrass. Let me know where you come down with Teddy P. Please like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments. And I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like, and hit that membership, because when you do requests like this come true, stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.